everyone, and welcome to BI Kelsey's Analyst Brief Series. I'm Mike Boland, Chief Analyst with BI Kelsey. The goal of this video series is to break down complicated subjects or emerging areas of media and technology in under 5 minutes. So today we'll be covering virtual reality, and as a corollary to that, augmented reality. And of course, how they each apply to different areas of local and location-based media. So VR has been a hot topic lately, including Robert Scoble's keynote at BI Kelsey Next, and was really the breakout technology of CES last month. So for those unfamiliar, virtual reality involves fully immersive 3D experiences through a VR headset. It can either be graphical or photos that are stitched together to form 3D renderings. Its entry-level applications are things like Google Cardboard that are mostly still imagery that you can kind of pan around and look at things in 3D fashion. Right now I'm looking at the Eiffel Tower. And the more advanced forms come with highly immersive VR gaming or animated moving renderings of 3D spaces, such as a concert that you can see live, which really requires more advanced video capture technology, and that ecosystem is forming as we speak, including companies like GoPro. But one of the killer apps is clearly gonna be gaming, but it'll also evolve into many more other utilitarian use cases and business models, including local. So think immersive restaurant tours, or test driving a car, or letting your plumber or roofer see and diagnose the problem before they get in their truck, which has lots of implications for yield management of their time, not to mention a better user experience. So there'll be lots of applications in travel and education and immersive journalism and collaborative design, but the area where local discovery could actually have the most direct applicability is VR's cousin, augmented reality. So that involves the actual world around us that's overlaid with graphics such as identifying information about a landmark. And an early example of that is what Yelp did a few years ago with its monocle feature, which you could kind of pan your phone around and see the street you're on overlaid with geotagged Yelp ratings of the actual storefronts on that street. But where AR is going, which is the tough part, is getting that experience closer to your eyeball, which Google Glass learned is hard to pull off. But there are companies like Magic Leap that are doing some very interesting things there. But what we're talking about really is things like guided navigation, or finding a place to eat, seeing a movie or seeing showtimes of a movie simply by looking at the movie theater. In real estate, you can picture it working in home values and specs while driving around in a new neighborhood, things like that. So the question is what this all means for local startups and media companies. So together, AR and VR are projected to be about a $150 billion economic engine by 2020. And companies in local that don't take an adaptive approach will meet the same fate as those that were too slow to mobile, or going back further, the desktop web. And these innovation cycles are accelerating, which really translates to a need for agility and speed. So that means experimenting with and vetting how current products could be applicable to VR or AR experiences. And going one level further, what monetizable products can you build from the ground up around VR and AR-based experiences? And for local media companies and startups, this will of course be easier for the latter, the smaller and the more agile players that are growing up with the technology, as opposed to incumbents that are forced to adapt an existing model. And this is the same exact lesson we've learned through the last two big innovation cycles and cycles of technological disruption in both mobile and the desktop web. So if you saw our recent analysis on disruption in local media, one of the points we made was that innovation labs are sometimes the best way for large media companies to build products without the classic innovator's dilemma and cultural inertia holding them back. So there's of course a lot more to it, but that's the quick version, and we'll have a lot more detail in our upcoming writings in our newsletter and on our blog, and more analyst briefs like this. So this has been a BI Kelsey Analyst Brief. I'm Mike Boland. Thanks for watching.